Yeah, that's how my bike season ended. But let's take a look how this all started. Or maybe let's talk about which bikes I have. I have two bikes. First one is the Rose Sulfur mountain bike, which I love to ride in bike parks and explore new trails. Then there's also my trials bike. I love to ride this one in the city. It's so much fun, and the goal for it is just to ride through the city and do new tricks wherever you can. Until May, I just try to explore new bike parks and learn as many tricks on my trials bike. So let's take a look which tricks I'm actually doing. First of all, they're basic tricks. They're still very technical, but I try to do them as often as possible in the city. Yeah, first of all, they're the nose bonk 360. I love to do this trick, and you can do it from every wall or table. Second, they're bunny hops. You can bunny hop anywhere you can. You can jump on benches, you can jump on tables, you can jump on rails. It's pretty fun. And third, there's probably the most technical trick. It's the foot jump table. Yeah, these are the basics I'm doing every day. But let's take a look at the special projects I planned this year. For these big projects, you need much preparation that the risk of failing or getting injured is not too high. So let's maybe take a look at the first big project I had. I always wanted to ride on the railing of a high bridge. First of all, I need a high bridge with a bar I could ride on. That's what I had in my hometown in Germany. I always thought about if I could ride on the railing. Before I tried the bridge, it was a really high risk and I wanted to make it a bit safer. So I had a rope around my hip, and this went to a person next to me. This did not prevent me from falling down, but it was like just better for my feeling, and so then I committed. Yes, that made me so happy because I planned to do this for so long and I finally did it. That was pretty huge highlight this year. So then I had 2 more months left until I come to the US. So I thought about what I could do next. And I always wanted to fulfill my childhood dream, to do a backflip with my bike. Backflips with my feet in water is pretty easy for me, but with bike it's another level. So I thought about a couple of ideas how I could make this as safe as possible, but also landing the backflip. So eventually I came on the idea that I could try backflips into water, and then do the same thing on grass or mats. So a week later I took my bike, my ramp, and my brother, and we drove to the next lake nearby. We had so many problems to solve even though we had such a good preparation. In the end, we were able to do the backflip and it went pretty well. Yeah, it felt pretty cool to do backflips in the water. So I repeated this process 2 more times to be really safe before going on ground. So after backflips in water, I had to go to a different spot to do the backflip on mats.
What?
So we found a place where we could do the backflips, And yeah, I tried it 3 times with a friend. He also tried it, and it went pretty well. I landed all of them.
Oh! Der zieht ja so geil!
And then we got kicked out. Yeah, so then we weren't able to do it anymore. And yeah, the pressure was high, and I thought about doing it directly on thinner mats. On top of that, it also started to rain, which was horrible, and we knew that we had to do it on that day, because we couldn't come back and do it on the thick mats. So we took some thin mats and put them on the grass, and yeah, I tried to do the backflip from grass over the ramp on mats. Yeah, this went not pretty well, and we analyzed the backflips what I could do better. First one, everything was wet because it was raining, and it was really hard to even do the backflip. And second one, I could not get enough speed for the flip on the wet grass, which slowed me down. So we thought about what we could do better, but it was just the solution to ride a bit faster and try a bit more to get the backflip. Yeah, and that's what I did.
Yes, sir!
I was so stoked that I landed my first backflip on grass, and yeah, I can't describe this incredible feeling. Then one day after I did my first backflip, there was our summer school festival. I thought about what we could do, and yeah, I took my friend and we did a bike show. It was so cool because it was one of my last days in school in Germany, so I had to try the backflip. So I had to get the permission from the school to do a backflip on the Summerfest. So in the end, I tried the backflip in front of the whole school. Sadly, I failed a bit, but all in all, this was a pretty sick show, and yeah, I was so happy that I did the backflip. Yeah, so after all of these highlights in Germany, I came to the US, and it was pretty exciting, because I used to live in Palo Alto when I was younger. Yeah, so here are some impressions from California. Besides that, I also had a good time on my bike. Yeah, then we had a pretty sick ride in Santa Cruz, which was so much fun. But then, unfortunately, I had a crash, and I broke my wrist.
Okay.
It was pretty bad because the bones were replaced, and yeah, so I went to the hospital in Sanford and they had to bring the bones back in the right place. Luckily everything went fine, and yeah, now after 5 weeks the cast is almost off and I'm excited to come back on the bike. yeah, that's it with my recap from 2023. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, see you next year. Peace. Alright. I always wanted to ride on the... Bro. I can do backflips on trampoline or water.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Okay.
I need to.
Bro, what the fuck? Shit.